How are you feeling getting into the season now?
Great. It's exciting. I think obviously preseason was important for us this year with some of the changes, the additions, new coaches, etc. But I think everyone's excited to get going in the real season, and everyone's excited to start to play the games that truly matter from a record standpoint. And the NBA is back. It's no better time of the year.
I'm curious if there's anything in particular that you were personally working on in preseason as you approach the regular season now that you personally were.
Yeah, just making sure that I use my voice a little bit more. I think I've been here now for 5 years, going on 6, and understanding that we got a lot of guys that have been here for quite some time, which is unique in the NBA. But we also have new coaches who want to implement new things, and being able to kind of understand them quickly, and then make sure everybody, the young guys, the new guys, and even the returning guys, are all kind of on the same page. I think that's the most important thing for us. And then just understanding who we are as a team. You got Giannis, you got Dame, you got Chris. What are us role players going to be asked to do, and then how do I make sure I'm able to continue to expand my role and play make a little bit, and continue to rebound the basketball, find open guys when I get in the lane, and just try to make winning plays. That's kind of what I'm all about.
That was your reaction last night when you started seeing scuttlebutt news coming out that Giannis decided to extend?
I was ready for a few, smiles today when I got into the facility from him. I think he's a guy that loves to play the game of basketball. He always talks about how he's so blessed to be able to play it for a living and provide for him and his family, and obviously represent the city of Milwaukee with everything that he does, both on and off the court. And so for him to, commit to being here for, 3 more years on top of however many years he has left, I can't really keep track. But I think is great for the city. It's great for our team, obviously, but I'm also just happy for him. He's you got a family, obviously, that we all know, but then he's got his wife, his kids, he's got a new baby girl. So I think all the things that he does is just, I'm happy for him and happy that he can continue to play the game that he loves at a high level.
Is there some personal pride too? Because in a way, he's also committing to you and your teammates as a man, his teammates, his players. Like, he wants to be here with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, Giannis wants to win. And so when he's committing, he believes that we can win. And I think we all believe we can win as well. And so I think it says a lot that he's going to be excited to be here and stay here and be a part of something that he believes he can, put ourselves in a position to win championships year after year. But at the same time, for us, it focuses on Thursday, and I think he's one of the best at making sure, while he thinks big picture, he focuses day by day. He tries to get better day by day. He tries to make sure he makes his teammates better day by day. And, that's kind of what our focus is going into the season.
Last time we did this, you and Chris were offering up a pen for Giannis to sign a Supermax extension. This time around, was that even a conversation that was had, or was he able to kind of keep it a surprise from you?
I think Dame brought a pen. No, I don't know. No, we were obviously, last time it was, we had some fun and games with it. I think this time it was about, we were also focused on, the off season as far as getting each other individually better, but then the team better because of the way last season ended. That I think we were all just so focused on the grind. And I think actually, ironically, I think that's something that Giannis loves, right? Like, he loves to work. He loves to try to make himself be the best player he can be. He loves to try to help his teammates be the best players they can be. And I think that kind of represented itself throughout the offseason, throughout the preseason, and I think ultimately that made him comfortable and excited to be a part of something that is a winning culture. We've been a winning culture for the 5 years that I've been here, and hopefully we'll be a winning culture for the next 5 years.
With the new guys that are on the team, plus a new coaching staff, how long is this going to take for y'all to kind of mesh together, and how does this compare to 2 years ago when you had Drew?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think players come in, players come out each and every single year. When you add a guy like Drew, when you add a guy like Dame, there's a little bit of a difference because of the caliber of player that they are. But at the end of the day, this is the first time in my tenure with the Bucks that we've added a whole new coaching staff, right? So I think that's probably something that's the biggest difference going into this season. But I think, Coach Griff has obviously been in our shoes before. He has that relatability of being an NBA player for 9 years, being an undrafted guy, and the things that he's seen as a player, the things that he's seen his teammates in the past respond to and not respond to. I think add an element of respect from player to coach, and I think he does a tremendous job of not just demanding a lot out of us, but a lot out of his coaches, and I think he does a great job of talking through his thought process on why he wants to do certain things and how he's reading the game, and then asking how guys are reading the game comparatively. And so I think for us, I think the sky's the limit, but I think we'll focus on trying to get better each and every single day. I think the chemistry continues to, grow. I think it's had to grow a little bit in the preseason. We showed flashes, but at the same time, we were all trying to get on the same page at certain points of games as well. And I think that's going to take time. It's going to take communication. It's going to take, mental focus as much as it is physical. And so for us and us guys who have been here, who are veterans in the NBA, to make sure we use our voices to help each other out while we're out there on the floor and take it game by game.
What does the season and home opener mean to you?
I think for me it's the excitement of everybody around town. I think Milwaukee is one of the most underrated cities as far as fan base, and so to be able to have Bucks basketball back, a team that obviously hadn't won a championship in 50 years and then won one a few years ago, I think it's something that the city. I think we're the most recent team to win a championship in the city, right? So I think the city really rallies around us. I think it's, the team that the city can embrace, both on and off the court. And I think that does something for the camaraderie and the feel and the energy and the vibe around the city. And so to have, Bucks basketball back, to have the excitement, from people of all ages around the city is really cool and really fun to be a part of. And, it's on us to make sure we represent the city of Milwaukee to the best of our ability. And I've kind of always said that. It's something that, I said throughout the playoff run a few years ago. I say oftentimes, because they have our back so often, how do we make sure that we're representing them to the best of our ability and putting our best foot forth, both when we're playing in the Pfizer, but also when we're on the road.
Looking ahead to Thursday, do you guys just like the challenge of tipping off the season against a premier team and just kind of getting a gauge where you guys are at?
Yeah, look, we got a lot of dudes that compete. At the end of the day, that is our number one, is we compete. We got guys who compete against each other. We got guys who obviously compete against everybody else. We have guys who, try to make each other better every single day, whether it's in the weight room, whether it's on the court, whether it's in the film room, whether it's, in the locker room, whatever it might be. So to be able to go out there and compete against a great team, and the NBA's got a whole hell of a lot of them nowadays. And so for us, we obviously want to continue to grow in understanding who our opponents are, because at the end of the day, that's kind of what playoff basketball is, understanding your opponent, understanding individuals, understanding their tendencies, things of that nature. So I'd say the basketball IQ size and the mental focus that go into playing a different opponent every single night during the regular season can really translate. But at the same time, it's about making sure that we compete. We go out there, we're ready to compete, and we're ready to, face a great team in Philly, and have each other's backs, and try to put on a exciting game for the fans.
What kind of evolution or growth have you seen in Dame from being his teammate in Portland versus now in Milwaukee?
What's funny is his growth has just been, vocally a little bit, and obviously, but he's really the same guy, and I actually think that speaks more to who he is as a person and who he is as a player. When I was in Portland my first 3 years, I saw how hard he worked. I saw the time he put in before, after, at night, and I saw what he did to make himself great. But then I also saw him be able to pull guys aside and have conversations with them. Now I think he does it a little bit more with everybody. Now I think he does it a little more in a collective way, where he has no problem addressing the team during timeouts or things that he sees. He'll say, and we'll have a conversation about. But his work ethic is the same it's been, even though he's achieved countless accolades since, right? And I think, who he is as a dad, who he is as a person, fits right in with, the family culture that we kind of have here. And then I think at the end of the day, he is one of the more competitive guys that I know, no matter what it is. We used to mess around, throw a football around. He thinks he could throw it farther than me, which he can't. And then, all different types of things. He's a competitive dude. And I think that is who we are. You got Bobby, you got Giannis, you got everybody on the roster, 1 to 15, 17, 18, that are competitive guys. And I think, he even, upgrades us a little bit in that area.